Hi, I'm Travis McGee, Chief Commercial Officer at Nadex, and welcome to our Tips and Tricks series, where we hope to help you in your journey to become a more effective trader. Now, in today's video, we're going to talk about trading psychology and habits that you can start instituting in your own trading that can help you become more successful. Now, before we do that, let's talk a little bit about what is trading psychology and why is it important. So some of you may be familiar with or are big fans of the show that is now on Showtime called Billions, which is based on a Wall Street hedge fund that has a trading psychologist attached to the company. And that trading psychologist, her job is to help the individual traders perform at an optimal level and really to help them get past some of the mental barriers and challenges that they face that's preventing them from operating at a high performance level. Now, I think there's some things that we can do without going out and hiring a trading psychologist, but it is important because trading it's very individual, it's very isolated, it's very lonely. You're trading by yourself. Your mind can most certainly get the best of you, and it's amazing what tricks your mind can play on you. Certainly so, more so in trading than a lot of areas, but in a lot of ways you can compare it to the sport of golf. So it's very common in golf for professional golfers to hire psychologists to help them with those mental barriers, as golf again is something that's very isolated, it's very lonely. You're playing inside of your own head more often than not, which presents a number of challenges that you have to practice getting past. So I think practice is a key word here. So 3 tips or tricks that I think can help you along the way, and one being to get into that demo environment. Spend a lot of time in our free practice account at Nadex practicing your trades. Practicing defining a trading plan, practicing your due diligence and your homework, practicing the execution, and trying to understand some of the emotion that comes with that. And really, as your first tip, aside from opening and trading in that demo account, is to trade with logic, not with emotion. Again, if you have that plan, you have that defined entry, you've written down the max risk that you're comfortable with, you understand that. You understand where you're going to exit on the downside. You understand where you're going to exit it on the upside. That's trading on logic versus trading on emotion, which is going into a trade. And inevitably what happens for a lot of young traders and even some of the veterans out there is you get into a trade, it starts to go against you, and instead of following your plan, you abort your plan and you say, you know what, it's all right, it's going to come back, I'm going to be just fine. Well, more often than not, it doesn't come back, and you end up in a pretty bad position as a result of that. So make sure you're trading with logic and not with emotion. Second is to write down the plan. Get in the habit of writing it down. You'll be amazed at how much easier it is to stick to a plan if it's written down and it's right there in front of you. Write down some of your key learnings from previous trades. Write down some of the homework and the due diligence for the current opportunity. Write down your entry price. Write down where you're going to get out if it moves against you. Write down where you're going to get out if it moves in your favor. What are your profit levels? It's so much easier to follow that plan if you have it written down and you have it right there in front of you. And then your third tip is simply to stick to the plan. Again, remove the emotion and stick to the plan. If the trade goes against you and you have it written down what that downside exit level is, you have to exit at that level. Make sure that you're disciplined in your approach. Stick to the plan. That's how you trade on logic and you don't trade on emotion. Again, as traders, we don't want to go out there, finger in the air, and just wing it. We want to make sure that we're approaching markets in a disciplined fashion. Again, that's what's going to position us to be more successful in our trading versus treating it more so as just a hobby. Let's make sure that we're treating it as a profession. So again, trade on logic, not emotion. Write down your plan. And finally, make sure you stick to that plan. All right, let's go out there. Let's get after it.